Hello everyone. Today we are going to review Fear Street Part 2, 1978. So they are actually in fact telling a story, I guess backwards, which is kind of an interesting concept on horror films, but I do like the way they are doing this. So this is the Camp Nightwing story part of it. That's where I recognize her from. She's from, okay, so the girl who played Ziggy in this movie was actually from Stranger Things, which I did not realize. Interesting. I was kind of wondering. I'm like, I know I recognize her from somewhere, but what do I recognize her from? Just hold on one second. Sorry, guys. Bear with me for a moment. Wow, she's only... Holy. I thought she was older than that, but she's only 19. I guess that makes sense, because I guess the kids in Stranger Things were actually teenagers when they started out, huh? Weird. So anyway, for some reason I thought she was older than that. I don't know why, but... Yeah, I guess 2002. Shit, why did I think she was way older than that? Anyway, doesn't really matter. So this starts out with, and I think I might have been wrong in the person that I thought was on the phone at the other end. It was actually this C. Berman character played by Gillian Jacobs, who I've seen in other stuff too, but I can't remember what exactly. Oh yeah, Community. Right. Oh my god. I love doing that, going into their names and seeing the stuff that they've been in. I guess she was in this animated Star Trek series, but I haven't watched that yet. There's got to be something else. Was it just I guess just that. Oh, I guess she's done voices for Rick and Morty too. Interesting. Okay. So we don't actually, I guess, see her till the end of the first movie, but her name is... What was it? What was her actual name? Oh, Cindy. Cindy Berman was her actual name. And so the girl who played Cindy Berman, the younger Cindy Berman, her name's Emily Rudd. And I don't think I've seen her in anything other than just these movies, I guess. And Sadie Sink is the girl who plays Ziggy Berman. And then we have Ryan Simpkins, who plays Alice, and McCabe Sly, who plays Tommy Slater. And who played the younger version of... Brendan Spink played the younger version of Will Good, who is the sheriff now, I guess. And then... Yeah, those are the main characters, I would say. And then Nick Good ends up being the one that falls in love with Ziggy. Was it Nick, or was it... No, because Will Good was the one, yeah, who ends up being with the other camp counselor from the other town. So there's still some sort of, like, I guess, kind of... I don't know, rivalry between Shadyside and Sunnyvale, obviously. So some of them believe in the curse, and some of them don't. I guess it kind of shows, like, in that certain period of time, because it was the 70s, that the Shadyside kids were more like, I guess, the druggies type, and the Sunnyvale kids were more still the preppy type, I guess, and they obviously went to summer camp together. And then they find out that the burial grounds for the towns that they live in now were built on the 1666, which I guess was the name of the settlement that I'm assuming the people that lived on there centuries before them named it, and then it was just built over as the camp. So then obviously the towns are around that, right? So they're playing this game called Color Wars, and I guess they do like a whole bunch of different competitions throughout the day, like Capture the Flag and Prison, where you take the prisoners from the other of the other color, and I guess whoever has the most at the end wins, kind of thing, or kind of deal, I suppose, is what they were trying to do there. But anyhow, that goes horribly wrong when they find the actual witch's lair for Sarah Fier. And it's funny because the camp doctor actually goes after Tommy in the very beginning and says that he is going to die tonight because it looks like she was possessed, but I guess she knew more than we did before it had even happened. So they end up finding, so Alice and her boyfriend, what was her boyfriend's name? He's got to be here somewhere. You would think. Oh yeah, Gary. No, that's not it. It wasn't Gary. Arnie. Arnie was Alice's boyfriend. And he does not make it very long because I guess Tommy hits his head as well, but then he can hear like voices inside it, and I guess that's kind of the possession taking over him. So he ends up becoming the Nightwing Killer. And because he's cursed, he doesn't really know what he's doing. He ends up killing quite a few people, including most of the kids in the camp, I guess. They do save, I don't know what the final count was, like 18 of them, but oh my god, he didn't care who he killed. He was just out for blood after he became possessed, and he was definitely after Ziggy, and he was definitely after Ziggy, that's for sure, because I guess she bled on the hand, so now he is after her, and so are all the other serial killers that got resurrected near the end of the movie. And so Cindy basically sacrifices herself for her sister in order to try to get the hand buried. I don't think they were successful in burying the hand, and they obviously buried it in the wrong spot, because if we know from the first movie that that Deanna, I believe her name was Deanna, or Dina. I guess it was Dina. Huh. Interesting. Were the ones that, yeah, so Dina, Josh, Sam, and anyway, I guess the other kid wasn't in this movie, so, but his name was Simon. So Dina, Josh, Sam, and Simon obviously found the body of the witch, so now they know where the hand is. It's buried underneath the hanging tree from where Sarah Fier was hung in 1666, I'm assuming, because that's when it all started. So 666, kind of funny how they went to pick that year as one of the years, right? Now they know that the hand is actually buried in the mall, so Dina and her brother Josh are able to find the hand because they are now trying to save her girlfriend, Dina's girlfriend. They're now trying to save Sam in the present, just like Cindy tried to save her sister Ziggy in the past. And the twist in this story was that when the killers all finally catch up to them, and I was kind of wondering how Cindy was going to live through it, because it's supposed to be Cindy that's alive in the future, right? But I guess the thing of it was that Nick actually, who becomes obviously the sheriff, right? Where was I going? Yeah, Nick covers for her and says that her real name is Christine. So obviously now she's going by C. Berman, which makes sense. But she never actually says what the actual name was, because they just named it after one of their favorite, I guess, a horror character from back then. Because, yeah, I think he actually says that to her at one point. That her name was, he makes a joke about her being Carrie or whatever, because she's using red paint to cover all the other beds after all the other students or I guess, camp goers have written a whole bunch of stuff about her being a witch because they actually tried to hang her and burn her at the beginning of the movie, even though clearly she's not a witch, right? Just I guess she stole some money, so they were trying to go after her, and I think it was Will that was going to kick her out of the camp, but they said, how are we going to explain the burn marks? And he said, fine, I'll give you one more chance. That's what he said to Ziggy. And then the curse happens, and she's trying to explain it to Nick, but he doesn't believe her. So I guess maybe he did, but he obviously covered it up by saying that just Tommy went insane and killed a whole bunch of people at the end of the movie. And unfortunately, a lot of people die in this movie, including Alice, who I think Cindy and her were definitely becoming good friends again by the end of the movie. Obviously, they'd had kind of a rocky road in their friendship for sure. And Alice had tried to commit suicide when she was really young. Her parents weren't good. Kind of seems like they all came from broken homes for sure. And they were trying to just find an escape for that, no matter what way they could. And it seems like all of them want to get out of Shadyside and into a better place and have a better life, but it doesn't seem to matter. I guess Ziggy was kind of the only one who was realistic about it, that everything just keeps getting shittier and shittier for them no matter what. So kind of funny there, right? But yes, I would say this movie definitely had some Friday the 13th vibes. If you remember, I think it might even be from the newest Friday the 13th, where he just, before he finds his actual mask, where he just has like the kind of like burlap sack pulled over his head. And I was kind of wondering when he was going to become more than just Tommy and when he was going to become the Nightwing character. So I was kind of interested to see that it was actually Ziggy that just threw the bag over his head and then tries to strangle him, but I guess it just kind of like forms to his being in a weird way. And he became a lot creepier once he had that thing on his face, that's for sure. Because you just see like this big, huge guy like running towards you with an axe. So it's kind of like a Hatchet type vibe too. If you've ever seen those movies, like the Victor Crowley character, kind of like a mix between that and Jason Voorhees, is what that guy gives me. And obviously they had like the milkman guy come back, and I'm not sure what the little dude is called, the Bat. And they had the weird chick that sings, but I can't think of her name right now. And it seems like at the very end of the movie, which was kind of odd, when Dina goes to bury the hand, she ends up bleeding, and I don't know why they all end up bleeding out of their nose for some reason. There must be some sort of connection there. I'm not really sure. But anyway, it seems like she gets transported back into time to 1666, and she becomes Sarah Fair herself. So I'm kind of interested to see what they're going to do there, because it seems like all of the characters from all of the movies are now in one time zone, like they've been transported back in time to Sarah Fier's time. So I'm kind of interested to see whether they are all somewhat cursed and they just don't know it yet. But I'm kind of interested to see where that's going to go. And I have to give this movie, actually, it was far better than the first one, I thought. And the third one just looks phenomenal too, so I'm sure. But we'll see what I give it a rating. But this one, and I can't believe I'm doing this for two movies within 2 weeks, but I have to give this one 11 out of 10. It was just that good. And I don't do that for too many movies, or I try not to. I know I just give the rating I feel like it deserves, even though sometimes some people might think that's really high. But I did really enjoy this one, far better than the first one, so I'm sure maybe even the third one will be that much better, who knows. But yeah, I have to give this one a higher than a 10, so I think I don't want to be like too ridiculous with a score, so yeah, each time I think that I give it a higher than a 10, I'll give it 11 out of 10, just because I don't want to get too goofy with it, right? But anyhow, if you, so as always, Like, share, subscribe, and comment down below your thoughts on this film if you have seen it. If not, definitely go check this trilogy out. All three of these videos will be coming in October. I believe I said that in the first one, but this will be part of October as well because it's just a horror movie, so it makes sense to put it in with the October stuff, right? And I think that's it. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye for now.